We like to think of human history as a straight, upward line. We send robotic rovers to map the surface of Mars and build supercomputers that fit in our pockets. The underlying assumption is always the same. We are the most advanced version of humanity that has ever existed, and any problem is a matter of applying enough modern science. But sometimes the Earth spits out an object that shatters that timeline. In 1901, a crew of Greek sponge divers anchoring near the island of Antikythera stumbled across an ancient shipwreck. Among the marble statues and coins, they pulled up a corroded lump of bronze. Beneath the marine calcification was a system of at least 37 interlocking, precision-cut bronze gears. Built 2,000 years ago, the Antikythera Mechanism is an ancient analog computer. Long before the invention of modern mechanical clocks, someone engineered this device to track planetary movements, predict lunar eclipses, and even calculate the precise timing of the Olympic Games. A similar defiance of our historical timeline exists in Egypt. The Great Pyramid of Khufu was constructed roughly 4.5 millennia ago with a geometric precision that modern structural engineers still struggle to reverse engineer. To map the interior without drilling through the ancient stone, an international team launched the Scan Pyramids project in 2017. They deployed a technique called muon radiography. Muon radiography is an imaging method that uses cosmic rays, naturally occurring high-energy particles from space, to penetrate thick materials and reveal dense structures or hidden empty spaces inside. The data from those cosmic rays showed a massive, unexplained void resting deep inside the pyramid. It spans nearly the length of a commercial airliner, completely sealed off from the known corridors. When we point our most sophisticated diagnostic tools at these ancient artifacts, we don't always get neat, expected answers. Instead, we expose massive, glaring gaps in our understanding of what early humans were actually capable of. That gap in our understanding extends to our best decryption methods. The Voynich Manuscript is a roughly 600-year-old book discovered in 1912. It contains over 240 pages of an entirely unknown script. Despite a century of effort from elite codebreakers and recent attempts using advanced artificial intelligence, no one has translated a single word. The illustrations offer no helpful context. The pages are filled with detailed botanical sketches of plants that do not exist anywhere on Earth, alongside complex astrological diagrams mapping stars that medieval Europeans had no recorded knowledge of. Forensic science hits a similar wall with the Shroud of Turin. This linen cloth bears the faint, photonegative imprint of a bearded man, and it remains one of the most heavily scrutinized objects in human history. In 1988, scientists ran carbon dating tests that placed the fabric in the Middle Ages, suggesting a medieval forgery. But researchers immediately noted that the carbon samples were likely compromised by centuries of handling and fire repairs. The anomaly lies in the image itself. The man's body shows exact anatomical markings matching biblical crucifixion wounds. Furthermore, some physicists argue the highly specific superficial scorching of the linen fibers could only be produced by an intense, split-second burst of directional radiation, a technological feat completely impossible for medieval forgers. Whether analyzing statistical algorithms on ancient ink or isotopic decay in ancient linen, our ultimate forensic tools reach a hard limit. They cannot definitively tell us if we are looking at an elaborate historical hoax, a lost technology, or an impossible physical event. This technological friction is even more obvious when we look at sheer physical engineering. On the remote Easter Island, early inhabitants carved massive stone statues known as moai. Ranging from 13 to 30 feet tall and weighing up to 80 tons, they were chiseled out of volcanic rock using nothing but primitive stone hand tools. For centuries, most of the world assumed these were simply giant heads resting on the dirt, but recent archaeological excavations revealed that the heads are actually attached to enormous fault torsos buried deep beneath the surface, drastically increasing the known mass of these figures. Transporting these megaliths across miles of uneven terrain presents a mechanical nightmare. When modern engineers run practical, real-world experiments using wooden logs and thick ropes to replicate the islanders' methods, the equipment frequently breaks down, and the modern teams struggle to move the stones even a few feet. We are left with a glaring logistical paradox. an isolated, completely pre-industrial culture, managed to organize and execute a heavy-lift transport operation that highly educated modern engineering teams failed to easily replicate. Beyond the artifacts, the Earth itself provides its own set of navigational puzzles. The Bermuda Triangle, a region of the Atlantic Ocean bordered by Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, acts as a massive geographic blind spot that actively disrupts our advanced navigation. The area gained its reputation from several high-profile disappearances. In 1945, 5 American Navy bombers known as Flight 19 vanished during a training mission after reporting total compass failure. Years earlier, the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship carrying over 300 people, disappeared in the same waters without ever sending an SOS signal or leaving a single piece of wreckage behind. Scientists have tried to map physical explanations onto the region. One leading theory suggests massive pockets of methane gas erupt from the ocean floor. As the gas mixes with the water, it drastically lowers the ocean's density, causing heavy ships to lose buoyancy and sink. Other geologists point to localized magnetic field anomalies that scramble electronic navigation instruments. We see a different kind of spatial paradox in the dry deserts of Peru. By scraping away the reddish topsoil to expose the white earth underneath, an ancient civilization created the Nazca Lines. Spanning hundreds of square miles, these geoglyphs include massive geometric shapes and intricate animal figures. But the creators built these patterns roughly 2,000 years ago. From the ground, the lines look like random dork paths. To actually perceive the cohesive shapes, you have to look down from the sky, a vantage point that remained impossible until the airplane was invented. From an ocean corridor that swallows massive steel freighters without a trace, to sprawling desert artwork constructed for an audience in the sky, the planet holds physical anomalies that our mastery of flight and radar still cannot rationalize. We have built incredibly precise systems to measure the world around us. Artificial intelligence can scan millions of texts, muon particles can map solid stone, and carbon decay can date an organic fiber down to the century. But measurement is not the same as comprehension. We possess the data. We know that the Antikythera Mechanism calculates lunar phases, and we know that the Nazca Lines form massive, perfect geometries. Yet the intent eludes us. We have no idea how early humans designed them, or why they went to such extreme lengths to build them. These scattered artifacts and geographic anomalies strongly suggest that human progress is not a clean upward trajectory. Instead, they point to the existence of entire chapters of advanced technical and logistical knowledge that flourished and then were completely erased from our collective memory. These enduring puzzles force us to confront our own arrogance, serving as a permanent physical reminder of the profound limits of our present knowledge.